Alright. So I just had a topic that was on my head and shit. You already know how this go. Got my notepad and all that, but I was just thinking about why does it take so much for us to say enough is enough? Alright? You already know what I'm talking about. You just sit there for so long, just in how I say it. You just sit there so long, just so stagnant, and you're not getting nowhere. You got all these ideas in your head and you're not doing nothing about it, alright? And I just was thinking, why are we so fine with that when there could be so much more that we could be doing, and there's so much more that we could provide for the world, and so much more that we could be giving ourselves if we work hard towards our actual goals and the things that we know that we need to be doing for ourselves. Alright, so I just got 5 steps. I just got a few steps or a few reasons why we do these things and why we're so fine with being stagnant. We don't got no trust. We don't got no trust in ourselves and our own skills and ability to get to where we need to get to and do the things that we know we have to do. And this could stem from childhood trauma, or you know, you was at school and you had a performance you had to do and you couldn't go up to par. All right, it could stem from anything, but many people don't got trust in themselves and it holds them back. Because if I gotta tell you, all right, nobody's coming to save you. All right, and when you figure that out, it just makes it so much easier to have confidence and trust in your skills and what you can do for yourself. Because at the end of the day, when the day ends, you go to bed and you go to bed with just yourself, unless you got a girl or something. But even then, you go to bed with your own thoughts and you go to bed with your own brain, your own heart, and you got to wake up the next day and be able to put out for yourself. So have trust in yourself. People are comfortable, alright? People are comfortable in their pain. They're comfortable in the life that they have. They're comfortable in the environment that they are in. It could be trash around the place, or they could be in a bad spot in their head, or they could just have been so accustomed to the way that they go about their day and their daily routines that they have become comfortable with this. And it is a bad thing. It is a bad thing, because when there's so much shit going around you and the world's falling apart and there's so much going on that you got no cash in your pocket, that you got no clothes, that you got no house to stay in, and you're comfortable with that, with how bad it could really get, and that's cool to you, that's fine to you. It might not be fine to you in your head, but in your head you're comfortable with it. You become accustomed to it, and that is your normal. That is not okay. And what the fuck, bitch? Anyway, excuse me. That is not okay, and that's what it means to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That might mean going out to go talk to some new people and build some new connections with people. That might be going out and doing public speaking, alright? That gets you out of that comfort and pushes you to become a better person is perfect. That's reason number 2 on why it takes so long to say enough is enough. Number 3 is that you have no structure whatsoever, alright? So you might be trying to finally get out of your comfort zone and finally coming to the point where you say enough is enough, and you finally want to achieve what you're trying to achieve, but you could be distracted with all these type of things, and you're just getting nowhere, alright? And that stems from you having no guidebook or no game plan or no structure for you to get to point A to point B to eventually be able to get to point Z. Alright, so you need some type of plan, some type of formula for you to be able to know what you want to do and be able to have it written down on paper so it makes it real. Alright, so that's number 3, no structure. Y'all need to find, you guys, any type of guidebook that's gonna get you to where you need to be. Number 4, why it takes so long for you people, including me, to say enough is enough. Number 4 is that you are distracted. Alright, there's so many things that are there And it could be smoking, it could be going out, it could be being on the game all day, being on your favorite TV show all day, eating out all the time. People are just distracted with so many things, with so many fun things, and so many things that just make us want to spend all this cash and waste all this time. And those things, they're just draining after a bit, and you come to the conclusion that those things aren't going to push you to that next achievement that you're trying to get to. They're not going to help you get there, and they're not going to put cash in your pocket. All right, if anything, they're going to take cash from your pocket. All right, so all these distractions that you have, they're just taking time and cash away from you saying enough is enough and finally getting to where you need to be. All right, so that's number 4. Get rid of all the distractions and just try to come to a point where you could do these things here and there, but not all the time. All right, we get so stuck in consuming all these things 24/8, and that's not a good way to go. All right, get rid of the distractions. Last but not least, number 5, this pairs with distractions. All right, fear of missing out, also known as FOMO. All right, so this definitely comes from childhood trauma, or just, there was a time where you wanted to go somewhere, or you weren't invited to a place, and that made you feel hurt, right? Everybody has this. All right, whether it's going to a party or going out to eat with your family or going to a school field trip. All right, there's been a time where you wanted to go somewhere, or you wanted to do something with a group of people that you couldn't be a part of. All right, and these things, they're just distractions, right? They're real cool to do and all that, and it's good to build experiences and build memories with people, but all these things at the end of the day, they're just distractions. They're just activities that you do, and they're always going to be there. All right, so if you have this fear of missing out on things, you need to put that in your back pocket, lock in, and then you could do all these things. They're going to be there regardless, and they're going to feel even they're going to feel even better to do when you know that before you did that thing, you put in hard work, right? And it's going to feel much more rewarding when you sit there, put in time, cash, effort, blood, sweat, tears, and then get to go out and get to enjoy the trips and get to go out with your friends and your peoples and spend cash. All right, so this is just all to say, right? It takes a long time to get to the point where you be like, all right, I'm a get off my ass and grind, right? But after you do this, you need to follow this guidebook. All right, you need to have structure. You need to stay away from the distractions, right? You got to have trust in yourself, right? You need to get rid of that fear of going out and that fear of not going out and just missing out on things, and you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. All right, these are all 5 things that you could do today for real. And just, do any of these, comment down, let me know what you trying to see. And I'm trying to get 1K, a band subscribers, so y'all help me out there. But if you like what you're seeing, comment. If you don't like what you're seeing, comment that too. All right, the ball.